Hey guys, real quick before my video starts, I'd just like to let you all know I've just created a Patreon account for Droodles Blitz, and it is called Droodles Blitz. It is going to be on World of Tanks and talk about the new updates coming out. I'll keep you guys posted on everything. If you want to sponsor me to help out my videos and help out my channel keep going, I have tiers, $2, $3, or $5 a month. And I just want to let you guys know. I'll head back to the video now. Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome back to another of my videos. I'm Droodles Blitz, and today we are going to be talking about my favorite tank, which is the T-49. This tank packs a 560 damage heat round and a 800 damage high explosive. Just because of that, it is pretty much my favorite tank. The reason it really is because it has the mobility of a light tank. It goes 72 kilometers an hour. It's got great maneuverability, great spotting, great camo, but yet it packs a huge alpha damage. When I run this tank, I'm not scared of anything. I can pull out on a CDC and wipe half of his hit points away in one shell and be perfectly unscathed and back away. And it's really hard to do that in any other tanks this quickly. And you're able to outspot your opponents, you're able to really just put a beating on everything. Now, one thing I will say is that this tank is really targeted. When you run it, you have to be expecting everything to be aiming at you. It's sort of like when the Batchat first came out. Everything will target a Batchat over any other tank in the game, even if the other tank is a bigger threat and would most likely kill you. This tank is just, because it packs that big gun, it's really a bad tank to run if you don't know how to really optimize its characteristics. The gun is just the best thing on this tank. You're getting an M41 Walker Bulldog, but just giving it a huge gun, and it's just so much fun. And I really hope Wargaming adds I think it's called the Sheridan Tier 10 light tank to Blitz, which carries the same gun as the T-49. It's just on a Tier 10 tank, which would just be great. You can see the first replay we have is on Dynasty's Pearl. And already we have done 1,300 damage by shooting 2 medium tanks. And their CDC makes a really bad decision on rushing me. I don't know why people do that. For some reason, people hate this tank so much they rush you, and they end up getting themselves killed. I don't know if that CDC thought that Ram could have killed me or something, but he really screwed that up. And then I pull out and snap that M41, and we are already at 2,700 damage from that. And really, the reason I love this thing is, for some reason, light tanks just love to rush it. That guy in the CDC had a platinum rating, and he still decided to push on me really aggressive for some reason. If he had just waited for his teammate to come there, they could have both just double teamed me and I would have been dead. But for some reason they didn't. And what I really love is, even though you only have 5 health, you're still able to do 900 damage and get away, which is just, it's just so fun being able to shoot. You know, people are scared of you in this tank, which is really fun. As you can see, the first game I did 3,600 damage. It was a pretty tough game, to be honest. I wouldn't say that was in a walk in the park. Really, there's no easy games playing in the T-49. You do need to earn your damage. This tank it's not an easy tank to play. If you do not know how to run a light tank, if you don't know really any great positioning, and you can't play this tank well, I would suggest that you just lay low a bit on this vehicle, because you really have to know what you're doing to run this thing correctly. And some people hate this tank and some people love it. It's all just a bunch of preference. Most people hate it just because, as I've said, it's such a targeted vehicle. The CDC, there's a Cursed and a Flute platooning against us, and the CDC is the bane of the T-49. It can completely clear this thing by ramming it. It's very easy to clear a T-49 with that tank. But I immediately slam a high explosive through the tracks of that CDC, taking 1,052 off him in my first shell of the game, and now I'm going to back away. Now, their other friend in Fluke is going to get me pretty good, as you will see. But I do get my revenge as I take a blind shot. I notice that the shell does not hit him. I make a little funny comment, getting angry at him, and I'm going to wait for my camo to reset. You always want to wait for your camo to reset in these tanks, as you saw. I'm pretty sure that was the CDC as he missed the shell, hitting that tent up over there. And I'm going to fake him out by turning around now. So he's thinking I'm going to be going forwards and going back to where he was shooting at me, but I'm actually going to be flanking up the hill. And that's one nice thing to do in these fast tanks is you can really trick people onto where you're going to push. You really do need to lead your shells though in this tank. You'll see I aim pretty far ahead of this guy, and I have to make sure that shell goes through. Because really every shot fired in the T-49 is really crucial to your team. And if you're not running this tank good to where, if you're not penning, you know, doing 1,000 damage at least every game, the issue is that you could be running a different tier 8 and actually helping your team a lot more, holding off tanks. Really the issue with the T-49 for me as a better player in Blitz is that if I were to run a T-49, I'm really ruining other people, because if I don't run a heavy, what's going to happen is while I'm trying to flank, our heavies are going to be pushed on because there's nobody holding off the heavies, and it just turns into a giant cluster of badness. But really, 49 I have noticed is actually much easier to pull off games that you shouldn't be able to win better, because as you'll see, this LTTP is going to make a really bad mistake of pulling out on me, and I'm going to nail him for 975. I'm going to back up, and I've pretty much turned that threatening tier 7 that could have actually killed me if he pushed on me into, you know, lunch. And that's the beauty of a T-49, is that no tank is really a threat. Even the VK100P, you can still get behind and, you know, get the side of it for 500 and then run away, and he can't even get you. And it's just such a pleasing thing to know that you can chase down people, damage them as much as you like, and then run away without them even scratching you. And when you play tier 9s that you can't penetrate from the front, all you do is you go sit in a bush and you load HE, and you just tap them for 300, you back up, you hit them for 300 again, then you flank behind them and do the finishing blow, and that's their entire game. And this final shell was a little bit cheap on that CDC of 9 damage, but I'll take it. Did not want those CDCs really fighting us in that game. Never leave. When you're in a T-49, always prioritize taking out enemy lights and enemy vehicles that are able to keep up with you and able to completely demolish you easily. The last game I played was on Faust, and I actually managed to get the mastery, which was quite surprising since I only did around 3,300 damage this game. Didn't understand why. I've played 6,000 damage games and gotten the mastery, but 5,000 no. So I don't know what I did in this game, but it must have been something. But I am going to be pushing over towards A, and if you'll ever notice, I'm actually going to be running this vehicle passive-aggressive. I start off the game, I wait for the enemy team to get spotted. As soon as they get spotted, that's when you make your rush. Because if you're running a T-49 and you push out there, what's going to happen is you're going to run into tanks that you really probably won't be able to penetrate, and if you do, they're going to chase you down and kill you because you don't have your team with you. If you sit in a bush and you wait for the enemy to sort of get spotted around you, what you're doing is not only are you spotting for your team and helping them get shots, but as you'll see here, I'm also penetrating shots and I'm completely fine. And now that I see that their heavy tanks are getting spotted on the other side of the map, capping the bases, I know that I'm fine to push on this T-49. So you really want to stay passive until you know you can be aggressive in this tank. And you'll see I'll be really aggressive on this T-49. I really want to clear him. Um, you really want to prioritize clearing T-49s when you're against them, just because they can kill you so easily. One T-49 shell takes 800 off you, it can ammo rack you. It's really just a big damaging gun. And at one point in the game, I remember the T-49 actually used to do a lot more damaging to modules. They actually got rid of that, which was good for everyone else, but bad for me since I love this tank. You'll see, though, that that dispersion just isn't amazing as it misses that low, but it does fly true right into the side of that Conqueror. And right now, it's not looking too good for our team. It is 5 versus 4. We are pretty much all full health, but they have all the bases. I really can't pen that low at all. I don't even know why I'm still aiming at him. I thought he might over-angle, so as you'll see, I'll just load that high explosive, tap him for 261, and then I'll see this VK 100p, and I'm going to reload, and I'm probably going to tap him. Really, the VKs you're not going to take that much off of. I don't even know why I tried, to be honest. You'll see I tap him for like 160, 154. But the nice thing is that you're still damaging the tank, you're distracting them, you're damaging the modules, you're still helping out the team if you can't penetrate the enemy, which is still very good. And you'll see I'm going to come up behind this BK, slam a shell into him, and now I'm going to do my aggressive push because I know that I need to be aggressive for the team to be able to win. I'm going to swerve back and forth so that IS-5 can't hit me. As soon as he's not looking at me, I'm going to cut across again. And you really have to be paying attention in this tank to do well. Because if you're not helping out your team, you're really just going to lose every game you play. You are a big, important part of the team in the T-49. And you can't be camping this tank that long. You'll see I camped for only about 2 shells and then I pushed in. Because I know that my team needs help and that if you don't help out your teammates, they will die. I do take 1 bad shell there, though. I don't even know why I thought that one would go through. But again, it's another, and these games are 1, 2, 3 in a row pretty much. I just had a blast running it. A couple of them with my platoon mates, clan members. It's just a really fun tank to run. I would suggest that if you do have lots of skill and you know how to run these types of vehicles, please do try it out again if you have lost in some of the faith on this vehicle. It's just such a blast to run. You can see 3,300 damage. I did get the mastery. I got a Radley's. And I did permanently enrich my tank. If you were wondering why I was getting so many credits, it is permanently enriched, which is about, I think, $50, so it's not terrible. To be honest, I feel that it's better than some of the premiums that you can buy. So it's not that bad of a deal to me. And I do like the camos that it gets. I wish that they would make a legendary camo for the T-49. That would be my ultimate goal. But hey, this is just my review on the tank and why it is my favorites. Thank you for watching my video. I will be out with another one soon. Keep it up and have a good one.